Yo, what up, everyone? Odd Boy Sports up here. Today, we're going to be doing a little part of our series where it's just going to be me reviewing something in 12 minutes, 10 minutes or so, watching a little bit of UFC 4 in the back. Always fun. But today, we are going to be talking about Dustin the Diamond Poirier against Conor the Notorious McGregor. Coming up on, I think, the 20... Oh no. I don't have the date right on me. The 23rd. Boom. The 23rd. So, how do I think this fight's... Well, actually, no. Let's get into the backstory here. Backstory of this fight. September 27th, 2017. Dustin Poirier and a young Conor McGregor fight. This is in Conor's career where it's early in his UFC. It's early in his UFC career. It's just early. So at this point, this was, I think, when he was just this was after he beat Max Holloway in 2013. It's actually, when you look back at it, it's strange to see the people that McGregor has fought, but not the ones that we know of today. He fought Poirier, but not the Poirier that we know him today. He fought the Holloway, but not the King, Max Holloway. I mean, he just fought so many of these people early on in his career that went on to have excellent careers as well. But 2014, let me get back on track here. 2014 comes around. Dustin Poirier, who is I think a ranked opponent, or not a ranked opponent, but a higher opponent up on the card than McGregor is. So this is kind of a big stepping stool for Conor McGregor. Kind of a big stepping stool in his career. Comes out, Dustin Poirier knocks him out in the first round. Or TKOs him, whatever you want to say, KO, TKO, whatever. I mean, just that, it's just, it's weird seeing these things come along. After McGregor did that, beat Poirier, he went on to doing the legendary run of Seaver. I mean, come on now. Seaver, Mendez, Aldo, the Diaz duo beat tie 1-1 against Nate Diaz. Eddie Alvarez, Khabib, Cerrone. So that's how McGregor went after that win. So if you see, became a champ, beat Diaz recently, more back. I mean, this was 2016 or so, but beat Cerrone, looked really good against Cerrone, 40-second knockout. But what happened to Poirier after he lost to McGregor? So, won some fights against, I think, Yancy Medeiros and Joe Duffy, maybe? Was it Joe Duffy? I think it was Joe Duffy. But then went on to that, beat Bobby Green, lost to Michael Johnson. Who did he beat? Was it Pettis that was next? I think it was Pettis that was next. It was Pettis or Jim Miller. And then he went on this amazing run where he beats guys like, I swear it was Jim Miller, Anthony Pettis, Gaethje, Alvarez, Holloway, loses to Khabib, and then has a war against Dan Hooker. So, I mean, both these guys are coming in off of a win. Poirier is a fighter. He will give you that full 25 minutes of pure action. That's just what he does. It's what he does. It's what he'll always do. So, this fight, I believe, is going to be very, very interesting. Interesting in many ways. So let's go. If you guys ever do want to watch a first fight, UFC Fight Pass, whatever, if you look what he tried to do, at least at the start, was try to get those leg kicks in to try to limit the explosiveness of Conor McGregor, which I believe yet again, I mean, that's always kind of McGregor's MO, is that speed, that technique, that left hand. That left jab, that left hook, that's kind of his MO. I think that is what a game plan will be for Poirier again this time. Will be try to go after those legs and see if you can kind of wear him down that way. Because again, I don't believe, even though McGregor hasn't fought, too much since 2016, 2017, I don't believe that Poirier will want to get into a hand-to-hand, close-up fight against them. I don't believe that he just want to sit in there and trade with the Conor McGregor. I don't believe he wants to. In saying that, what does McGregor want to do here? McGregor wants to bring this in close. He wants to get those punches away, step back. He has, I believe, a 2-inch reach advantage. So he's going to, even though it's just a slight 2 inches, he's going to want to try to use that. He's going to want to try to, duck and weave and do the McGregor things. And he's going to want to stay out of the power of Dustin Poirier. So it's one of those fights where they're both going to be trying to, I believe, avoid each other's their main offensive attacks. I believe it's going to be a war, but it's going to be a war that is heavily thought out. It's not just going to be, we're just going to stand in the middle of the octagon and we're just going to swing at each other. I don't believe it's going to be that. I do believe it is going to be a war where both these guys, by the end of this fight, I think this is two ways that this fight goes. I'm going to call first round KO by either one, or it's going to go all 5 and it's going to be an absolute bomb fest. That's the only two ways I can see this fight going. I mean, there's always that chance. I mean, there have been reports saying that McGregor's coming in best shape of his life. But I mean, when you fight, there are always those little press conferences, little tidbits of information that you always kind of hear for big fights. What kind of McGregor is going to come into here? Is it going to be a McGregor that fought Cerrone and, kind of looks like that 2016, 2015 McGregor where he has that fire inside of him? Or is it going to be one that kind of fought Khabib that looked a little, didn't look exactly like the McGregor that we know? I believe it's going to be the McGregor that we kind of, that wants something. I believe that he at least wants to get the title one more time. And speaking of titles, Dana White comes out. He comes out and he says, whoever wins this fight most likely will get a title shot next, I believe. I believe this is what he said. One of these two guys against Charles Oliveira. Whew. What a fight. What a fight that would be. Charles Oliveira against one of these two. I mean, take my money now to watch one of these guys against him. I mean, it would be, if that's the way that they go, I mean, think about the opposite. You put McGregor against Oliveira. Oliveira wins. He has the momentum on his side. He has the mainstream media on his side. He sees hundreds of thousands of fans coming towards him. New ones from the mainstream that watch the McGregor fights. Then if Poirier wins, he has that momentum of beating McGregor. Which again, McGregor is one of those guys is that, he's going to sell. McGregor probably fight Diego Sanchez and sell pay-per-views. But yeah, that's the way I see it. I see it all going. I think it's going to be an amazing fight. If you don't really watch UFC, you want to get into UFC, but you want someone big, I mean, this McGregor fight, it's kind of a starting point for 2021 because there could be major fights coming up. John Jones against maybe Stipe, Ngannou. Yeah, I said that right, Ngannou. Sorry about that. Adesanya against Jan Blachowicz. That could lead into a John Jones against Israel Adesanya fight. I mean, 2021, I believe, is going to be a great year for UFC. And I believe that this starting it off with the two other fight nights that they are having, the Chiesa against... Who's Chiesa fighting? Chiesa is fighting Chiesa versus Magby, and then they have Max Holloway against Calvin Kattar. I mean, again, if you're just getting into UFC, I've been in it for a few years now, but if you're getting into UFC, what a time it is to start. What a time it is to start. And with the first pay-per-view of the year, you put Conor McGregor, the biggest draw in UFC history. You put him on the first fight card against a killer like Poirier. I mean, just what a fight. I mean, you do not want to miss this fight. Final thoughts, how I see this fight going. How do I see this fight ending up? I'm taking McGregor by KO. KO, TKO, either one. But I have McGregor winning that because I feel like McGregor is going to come in here with that classic Conor McGregor heart. He's going to come in here looking for the win, looking to get that title shot back, looking to get that glory back of being the champion. I believe that it's going to be an amazing fight. I don't believe that this is going to be a one that you look back on and say, it was a boring fight. I believe this will be an exciting fight, but I do believe that McGregor will come out on top. Now, what does that mean for Dustin Poirier? I mean, the lightweight division, it has a lot of potential right now. It has a whole bunch of potential matchups. I believe that for this fight, win or lose on either part of this thing, I believe that they're going to put on such a good fight. This might age badly if this fight doesn't go the way I say it's going to be. But it's going to be such a good fight that I don't think either one of these guys are going to be heavily impacted by it. Like, the loser of the fight, of course you want to win those fights. Of course you want to win the fights. But I don't believe that it's going to push them down the card. I don't believe it's going to completely destroy their legacies. I believe that you put the winner of this fight against Oliveira for the title. You put the loser against this. You put the loser of this fight against, I don't know, a Ferguson, a Gaethje, anyone in that top 8, and I believe you just go on from there. You know, I don't have enough good words to say about this fight. I believe it's just going to be magic in the octagon. But I could be saying this because I've been a little bit of a McGregor fanboy since 2016, 2015, 2014, when he first kind of started. I could just be biased by saying all this, but I do believe that he's gonna win this fight. I do believe that 100% sure. I will guarantee it. Mystic Odd Boys here sticking out for you guys. Put the money on the house. McGregor will win this fight. I can guarantee it. I'm not going to delete this YouTube channel because I do with my friend. Oh, that wouldn't be good. But I am saying right now, McGregor will win this fight. So just like that, I think I'm gonna get going. So we'll just kind of watch the ending of this fight right here. That's been in the background this whole time. So we're just kind of watch the end of that. I mean, that's all I really got to say about this. So just on top, McGregor's on top. Only 41 seconds left, not that much. I believe that there won't be that much groundwork in this fight. There might be, but it's never something that I've really seen out of either of these guys too much. Too much. At the end here, he hurts them. Again, I only put this at 3 rounds because I don't know if I could talk about this for 25 minutes. I'm not there yet when it comes to this YouTube thing. But yeah, just like that, fight over. I mean, yeah, yet again, if you're not into the UFC, if you've been thinking about getting into the UFC, this week's the week. This week is a week to get into it because of the fights that are coming up and the potential that this year has. So let's see if UFC 4 will predict what I have predicted. So here we go, the official decision. It will be having, let us just see here who it's going to be taking. It'll be taking Mystic Odd Boys. Come on, let's see McGregor win here. Hey, there we go. There it is. But just like that, we're just going to be wrapping this up. Like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And have a good one. So see ya.